The forum featured a panel of experts working to help address some of the key challenges bedeviling the continent of 1.4 billion people. The analysts say with African countries being the leading recipients of foreign development aid, it is imperative to promote an increased localization of aid. Chinwe Effiong, Chief Program Officer at Global Giving, cited a United States Agency for International Development Program known as the Negotiated Indirect Cost Rate Agreement, or NICRA, which she says undercuts African non-governmental organizations.
The NICRA is a negotiated interest rate, which is the overhead that nonprofits need to run their business. So most international NGOs can claim a NICRA of up to 40% to pay their salaries, to pay the rents, and all the operational costs. African NGOs in particular are capped at 10%. Even though in most situations they're doing 90% of the work. So right there is a glaring inequity that is staring us right in the face but not being addressed.
USAID says it has begun reforms to address the issues raised. USAID's Africa Bureau Senior Advisor told VOA that by 2025, its first goal is to provide 25% of its budget directly to local non-profits in Africa and elsewhere, compared to its current 7%.
The second target is 50% of our programming will place local actors in the lead within the decade. That's 7 years from now. So that's the goal, and that would require doing two things. One, reforming the agency in itself to be able to directly work with local actors to not only observe these funds that we're talking about, 25%, but also to do the work in a very meaningful way that would impact these local communities.
As some African leaders look for an equal Western partnership, is foreign aid still the future for the continent?
You come from certain countries that are quite poor on the African continent. Yes, it is. So there is still a need. We would be lying to ourselves if we said there's not a need for aid. However, we are unlearning some things. We're learning basically that there is an Africa that no longer needs aid but needs partnerships, needs business opportunity, and even as there is still an Africa that needs all the aid it can get.
We need to program foreign aid differently. There are times when humanitarian assistance because of starvation or disasters or a pandemic requires assistance to help our African brothers and sisters that need immediate help, and they can't do it by themselves.
Forum participants included students, academics and professionals who made a case that social, cultural and economic interests of African countries be considered when foreign partners initiate development programs. Ignatius, Annor, VOA News, Washington.